Hello everyone and welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to talk about Year 9 Achievement Test, June 2023. Section B, Question 28. ABC is a triangle, ABC. Calculate the length of BC, which is this line. Give your answer, correct the three significant figures. So first, let's call this line X so we can find it, okay? Now, the diagram is not accurately drawn. This means that you can't use rulers to find out what's the length of this line. When you find this or when you see this, this means don't use rulers or protractors to find the length or the size of anything, okay? This means you have to use formulas and other methods to find these lengths. Now, because we have three lines, one of them is missing, and this is a right angle triangle, it means we can use Pythagoras theorem or Pythagorean theorem. Pythagoras theorem says what? It says that if you have three lines, one of them is missing, you can use this formula, which is c squared equals a squared plus b squared. Now, let me write it like this so we can use it. Now, with Pythagoras, the one alone on one side is always the height, which is the line or the longest line in the triangle. And this longest line is always opposite to the right angle. So the right angle is here, and this is the opposite line to the right angle. So this one is always the height, always the height. And in Pythagoras, they call it C, or the letter alone next to the Y, next to the equal sign, okay? So this one is going to be the height, and the others will be A and B. So let's say this one is A, and this one is B. And as we said, we call this X, or you can call it B. You don't have to call it X to find out the length of this line. So let's call it B, okay? Now, here, we're going to use these and substitute them in the formula that we have, and then we will find the length of B. First, here, this is the C, which is 14.6, so I'm going to write it here. So 14.6 squared, let's use all the space, 14.6 squared, like this, equals A squared, which is 11.2, and we put squared on top of it. Don't forget the squaring part. And then plus B squared. And this is the line that we're trying to find, which is the B. Now, we continue with the same formula. Let's remove this so we don't get confused. This is the B. Let's change the color here so we don't get confused with this. Now, let's continue with this here. So 14.6 squared equals 11.2 squared plus b squared. Now, we have to solve these. Let's square the 14.6 squared and then write the numbers under it. So 14.6 squared, we can use a calculator here. 14.6 squared is going to be 213.16. Okay. Let's make it smaller so we can use the whole space. So 213.6.16 equals 11.2 squared is 125.44. So 125.44. And then plus b squared, like this. Now I need to make b the subject. It means I will move everything to the other side. First, I'll move this, which is the 125.44. And because it's positive, I'm going to take it to the other side and make it negative or subtracted from the other side. So b squared, let's write it like this. B squared will equal, here, will equal 213.16 minus 125.44. And then b squared, like this. Focus on the steps of Pythagoras theorem and how to solve problems related to Pythagoras theorem. So we have 213.16 minus 125.44, and the answer is 87.72. Now, to find b, I have to do the opposite of squaring, which is, very good, square rooting. So I'm going to square root this side, and I'm going to square root this side, like this. So we know that the square will eliminate the square root, and then we will end up with b. Let's make it bigger so you can see it. So B will equal square rooting of 87.72 will give me what? Let's write all of the numbers and then we will follow the rounding step, okay? So square root of 87.72 will give you 9.365,895,57917. Okay. So all of these numbers are in the calculator. Now we look at the question here. We'll find out that they wanted to three significant figures. Three significant figures. That means we have to round to three significant figures to find the answer. Now, three significant figures means what? It means we need three numbers in the answer. So it's going to be like this: one, two, three. Now we look at the number after, which is three. See? Three. I'm sorry, this is five. The number behind the ones we need is five. This means we add one to the number after. It means we add not one to the number after. So the final answer will be B equals 9.37. 9.37. You have to round to get the final answer, and the final answer is 9.37. And this is how you answer a question like this. So focus on the steps that we used with Pythagoras theorem and focus on rearranging Pythagoras to make it subtraction. If you're trying to find A or B on Pythagoras, it means you have to subtract from the height. Okay, so square them and subtract them and then square root them. But if you're trying to find the height in Pythagoras, it means you have to square both sides, add them, and then square root them. And focus, if you have rounding at the end of the question, you have to round. If you don't have rounding, you don't have to round. And that's the idea of this question. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.